Since I was around the age of 7, 8 years, I knew that grass. I knew vetiver grass, but we called it Metiver because of the older people. They call it Metiver.
My grandparents had 2 big stools in front of the house. And my mother, I remember her making hats from the vetiver leaf. But at that time, I don't think I knew the name of it. And it wasn't a big thing. It was just like something normal, you know, the people would take it and make hats out of it. And after a while, it was no more. They destroyed it to make a road to go to the house. They just cut it down and got rid of it.
Well, I really can't say nothing about it, but when I came here for the first time, I saw it, vetiver. And then I asked my mother-in-law about it, and she said that it's to prevent the earth from slipping.
Erosion of land. Understand? That is our main problem up here, erosion of land. This is a little piece of land that you see here that dies all the land that we have to own because of landscape problem. Whereas if we had known about Metiver long time, or we had the knowledge of Metiver, we would have saved our land. A lot of people in Paramin don't know about Metiver.
A retaining wall might be an immediate solution, and in some cases it's necessary. But where vetiver will serve the purpose is if you're starting to see the land going, you're starting to see the little bit of erosion and slippage taking place, you can use vetiver as a preventative measure. By planting the vetiver around it and stabilizing it, then what you get is a long-term solution.
I think at one point what caused it to die off was the weed kill, because Paramin people are farmers and they use a lot of weed kill to clear the lands and stuff and clear their roads. They don't want to see the bush, so I think they see grass coming, they would cut it down and then it would keep growing, so they would use the weed kill and the weed kill would destroy it.
If you use the chemical to keep your weeds down, yes, you're keeping the weeds down, one, and yes, you're eroding the soil. Because what happens now, the soil stays so clean that when the rain falls, it washes away everything.
Vetiver grass originally comes from India, but it's been brought to the Caribbean region as much as 100 years ago. Vetiver grass roots can grow up to 10 feet deep over a period of 2 years in good soil conditions. In hillside communities, one of the big challenges faced is in the heavy rains. Soil can get very saturated and you get a lot of slippage and erosion taking place. And that can really put properties at risk. Vetiver is a simple tool that costs near to nothing to implement, but if you plant it around the edges of your property and so on, over the long term you can actually save big amounts of land. And we know now more than ever that land is probably one of the things that has the biggest value to it.
Paramin is located on the northern range of Trinidad, very close to the north coast and north of Port of Spain. This program involved outreach to let it be known what we plan to do and see what problem areas we had and get people to actually participate. And then in-house workshops educating people from Paramin about the grass and its uses. In the wet season, about 25,000 plants were planted on about 16 properties. There were also about 4 nurseries in those plantings, and the idea was that the vetiver plants would become available to those who were not able to be part of the program. And then there was the handicrafts part of it, where participants learned how to make baskets, mats, root bundles, Christmas ornaments, soaps, using the actual grass and roots from the vetiver plant.
My favorite aspect of vetiver grass would have to be the roots, because I love how creative you can be with the roots, because it's not just, grass where you plant. It's roots where you can put it in soap, you can make ornaments, you could use it as root bundles. So it's, it's a wide variety of things you could do with roots. I really enjoy going to the class.
Since we learn also how to prepare the roots and stuff to plant it, we ourselves could do it over, plant it over, so that we will have enough material to do what we want to do.
Yeah, you can't just go in. Some of the roots today, we could actually wash it out and you could have it.
I like how social it was. Everything was very fun. It was very engaging for everybody in the community, and I found that to be a very pleasant aspect of the entire project.
My favorite thing about the project is seeing that you can just come out of the blue and come and show me what I could do with the thing that I have growing in my backyard. When I have it there all the time and it was just wasting. My vision is just opened up like that to absorb what I could do with the little that I have.
Off level upward. When all this water comes and hits here. The vetiver plants in lines on contour, which can be done using A-frame and so on. Over time, it forms a thick above ground barrier and a below ground thick barrier of roots as well to hold the land. When the water hits it, it spreads out and stays on the land for longer.
This vetiver project to me is what will take over from the A-frame. It will help the A-frame.
It's a multi-purpose plant, right? So I feel that it's a godsend for the people of Paramin that vetiver reintroduced back here.
The greatest part is that it has brought the community together, and it's still bringing the Paramin community together, and it is crossing generational gaps.
Learning how to apply this natural, sustainable technology that could not only benefit myself, but almost nearly any other individual in Paramin. That to me was a very important part of this project, that it fits so well within my own community.
The land is deteriorating, and it's our home to take care of when past generations have gone, and we don't want Paramin to be like any other place, because Paramin is beautiful and we want to keep it beautiful. So I hope that the youths get more involved and we strive towards making Paramin stay beautiful.
It sort of makes sense when you see people being grateful for this, and they're learning more, they're showing more interest, and more people in Paramin are actually asking about it. And to have it now really means a lot.